Well, welcome back, everybody. Sorry for some technical difficulties. Still working the wrinkles out of a new PC here at Free Fast. So we had some iRacing issues on this side, but yeah. So we are now taking off here. As we would have got talking here with us. Unfortunately, had some difficulties with the pulsar of Matt Upbrook, and right now he is leading this race as we are coming to complete lap number 2 here at the Texas Motor Speedway with a great field here we got tonight. And they're wrecking in second right now. I think James Corterone just went around in the 38 and caught the apron as we
Yeah, it's
were
what
under
what it looked
our.
like, Zach.
Yeah, definitely. They definitely did there, Brandon. So that's will bring out our first caution of the night, sponsored by or Nissan Central.
Well, I guess that was a timely moment to get back to the racing. It looked like that's pretty easy to do there. The cars you can run pretty wide open in 3 and 4, and especially on fresh tires, and maybe just a little bit too much trying to keep it pinched down. You get that left front on the apron, and car really doesn't like it.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't like that. Not too much damage, it seems like on the on the 38. Really looks like none. I'm not sure if for a hit he took. I'm not sure if they don't run no damage. No,
Well, I
maybe a little bit.
He looked like he tank slapped the wall with the left side, but I think it just might be a visual thing because it was
Yeah,
wrinkled up
there's
pretty
damage.
good.
Yeah. Yeah, I just had to get a little closer in, but yeah, so yeah, 38 just clipping the apron there in 3 and 4. Very easy to do here in Texas, though. Must point that out. You get really, really low there in that corner, and you see that's what happens. You just clip that left front right there on that apron. It de-wedges that race car, sends it around, and straight into the wall as we're under our first caution of the night, sponsored by Or Nissan Central. And I think I mean, I guess we could right now. Let's see if we got Matt Upbrook here. See if we can get talking with him about his poll for the Sheffield Graphics poll winner here tonight. Do I see him? I do not see him in the Discord at the moment. Yeah, he's definitely not in the Discord. He's not in his team Discord. So yeah, so never mind on that. But congrats to Matt Upbrook on winning the Sheffield Graphics Poll Winner Award here tonight at the Arca Evolution Series at Texas Motor Speedway, and we are under our first caution tonight. So sorry about the little technical difficulty hiccups here at the beginning, but we should have a nice little race here to bring all that back nicely. So at the moment, we still got Map Upbrook in first. Second is Daniel Gonzalez. Third goes to Randy Cornwell. Fourth is Kel Simon. And fifth is Justin Malarkey. So top 5 looking pretty good.
Yep, and while we're under our first caution here, I'll go ahead and give everybody a quick rundown on what the drivers are going to be dealing with tonight in the race. We've got a 50-lap race tonight, only one set of tires in the pits for these guys, a 50% fuel load, which will take them to 30 laps on fuel. So I imagine we'll be seeing some guys maybe try to come in on lap 20 to 28. I don't think they want to stretch it exactly to 30, but should be a pretty interesting strategies once we get into the fuel window there to see if some guys are maybe going to try to pit early to undercut and stretch it as far as they can to just make it on fuel to the end of the race, Sec.
Very, very good point there, Kali. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see when those people decide to pit. And like you said, if they catch a timely caution too, you never know. It all could play out definitely pretty interesting here with the strategy. Of course, we're only having one set in the pits, so gotta pick that right time to put that set of tires on, because if you don't, you could be in very big trouble here early at Texas.
Well, Zach, the good news is that the tires, when they fall off, they don't fall off too much over at least a 20 lap run. It's only about a second and a half to second and 7/10 or so. But the first 10 laps on tires, they seem to fall off a tenth a lap. It plateaus a little bit until you get to about lap 20, and then it plateaus even further. But from 20 on, there's not much loss. Speeds go down, but the grip is definitely still there.
Yeah, that's very common with this V7 tire here. We have an iris in the plateau out like that. You know, Also, a good question would be, Khalid, is it it's 3 and 4 are wide open in these Arca machines?
Yeah, going back to the caution, the cause of the caution, I imagine it caught him off guard because you're really kind of wheeling it and pedaling through 1 and 2 with it just being a bit flatter banking and really having to be careful to not unbalance the car getting back to the gas too soon. But 3 and 4, you can just sail it in, and it's normally really stable. So for the car to snap loose like that when you're not expecting it, definitely pucker you up a little bit.
That is for sure. That'll test your mental fortitude right there early in this race, as that's going to drop. Like you said, it was James Corona. It's going to drop him way back to 22nd. So let's see what he can do to work his way back up after starting third. But our pace car lights are off, so that means only one thing. We're going back green flag racing here. It's going to get freaky green, and we're going to see what these gentlemen out here can do on this track of No Limits, Texas. As the pace car will look to take the hard left turn off. Matt Upbrook, our leader, will lead us to this green flag. And there it is.
Green, green, green.
Matt Upbrook off and away. Green flag in the air. Great start from the 16. Lets him get a nice little gap between him and Daniel Gonzalez there. And that's actually going to let Randy Cornwell now move up into that second position.
Well, we talk about it a lot with differing leagues that we broadcast, where some are go on green and some are leader's discretion once the pace car goes in. Once it's the leader's discretion, the worst place to be is that car in second place. Everybody else has a pretty clean view of when the leader goes, but you're almost blind especially if you're running on only one screen, being that second car on a restart tech.
Definitely is. And look at Randy Cornwell. He says, I want to take this lead here going off in the 1 and 2. He's going to get to the inside of the 16 of Matt Upbrook and get himself out front in that number 18. Down into 3 and 4 they go. A little bit off the bottom, but very, very good. See Randy Cornwell by slapping down Daniel Gonzalez. We have another caution here at the Texas Motor Speedway. So this will be our second caution of the night, brought to you by War Nissan Central. Ooh, go back here. And that, I believe, that was the 00, or yeah, 002 of Steven Rasick. Oh, it looks like him, the 094, made some contact as well. We're going to try to go back and get a replay. Cars. And now we're back. We're here on our replay showing what this second caution of the night is. Big hits for a few of those guys. And you can see the damage model in full effect right there. Just unfortunate there. Second caution of the night for those gentlemen. Unfortunate hit for most of them, as of course have no fast repair, so that does not bode well for the rest of their night with damage like that. That's pretty much a night ender here at the Texas Motor Speedway.
That's exactly right. These Arca cars, they're really durable with their damage model compared to a lot of the other, oval stock cars. But they can only take so much, and some of those guys, that was some big hits to the nose and probably going to kill the engine. So they're just going to be putting around for a little while, I think.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to come back from something that big of damage there, especially on the 3. The 3 really took a big, or no, not the 3. I think it was the 003. If I see it correct, I think he might have different numbers on his door. All right, as we're under caution here for the second time tonight. Right now, is these guys are just sitting in the weeds, just waiting for their chance to be able to pounce and pull off some strategy. Because I mean, if we keep getting cautions, Brandon, it's gonna be interesting to see when these guys do pit. I mean, like you said, they can go about 30 laps here on fuel, so it's gonna be one of those things where do you want to wait till the last second to put your tires on because you might be able to catch a caution?
Thinking about it, they've probably been able to save somewhere around 4 or 5 laps, putting their fuel window now to 35 to 36, I think. And I'm interested to see once we get to about 20 laps into this thing. If it goes green, a lot of these guys decide to pit on lap 20, or even if we get a caution at lap 20, that's going to put it right at the edge. Right here, I think if you're able to save and you're not one of the guys that's been caught in a caution, even just a little bit, coming in, stay out maybe until the very end. So you've got, say, less than 20 laps to run to the end where you can really push the tires and just burn them up and gain as much speed as possible.
Yeah, it sounds like a pretty good strategy to me, and we want to give a shout out, of course, to or Nissan Central, the primary series sponsor here, the Arca Evolution Series, and also the caution sponsor here tonight. So remember, or Nissan Central is the leading Nissan dealership in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. You can go check out their website at www.ornissancentral.com and check out what they got going on over there. But we want to thank them for being an amazing sponsor here at the Evolution Racing League, and bringing us this great action here on these Tuesday nights at Freaky Fast Broadcasting. So, second caution of the night. Pace lights are off as we go down to one. We're going to get ready to bring this thing back to green flag racing as Daniel Gonzalez there sitting in second behind Randy Cornwell with it looked like Matt Upbrook. He decided to pit from 16th. I wonder, did he come down and get tires? Because you wouldn't be able to make it to the end from here.
Well, I don't think he took tires. He had a 6-second flat pit stop, probably just topped off on fuel.
Yeah, that's what he did. That's an interesting call, though, to go that track position.
It's questionable. I guess he's thinking that there's going to be more cautions. I don't really know any benefit to running that much longer than everybody else because, like I said, if it goes green from here, he's going to be running about a 1.5 per lap slower than the guys that are on fresh tires if he tries to stay out with these extra laps that he's got for fuel now.
Going to be a tough position for him to come back from, but we'll have to see and monitor how he makes his way back here as the pace car pulls off this time. We're going to get ready to bring this thing back. Green flag racing is there off. Randy Cornwell on the gas, bringing out this third restart here of the night down to turn one. Daniel Gonzalez side by side with Kale and Justin Malarkey there.
Yeah, top four got a really good restart. Fifth on back seemed to struggle a little bit, maybe a little bit of checking up there, but everybody seems getting single file now and trying to chase down these leaders.
That's going to be the goal for sure at hand. Is now up front, Daniel Gonzalez starting to track down that 18 car, Randy Cornwell. Can he put some pressure on? Is now Justin Malarkey up the third from the 7th position. So some pretty big movers here earlier. Josh Holmes, 9th to 5th. You got last week's winner there, Caleb Kilo. There, look at him. He's going to the bottom. Really aggressive move there from the 10 car. He's looking to get past Josh Holmes as Daniel Gonzalez putting pressure on up front, and we'll see this move here. Can Caleb complete the pass to get up into that top 5 and that number 10? They go down towards turn 1. There he goes into the 5th place. Top 5 position for him now. We'll see he can do Scott Taylor starting to climb up through too there in the 24.
Zach, looking at these guys, they're doing exactly what I think you need to do here at Texas. You set up all of your passes for the bottom of 3 and 4 because it's so wide open. The high side just has a disadvantage, and if you can get a good run out of 2 to set up to the inside of somebody into 3 and 4, you'll almost assuredly make the pass.
Definitely will. We got a new leader. Daniel Gonzalez makes the pass on Randy Cornwell down in 1 and 2. Look at that. That 99 machine taking the lead here, coming to lap 16 of this race. Looking strong so far as got Justin Malarkey still ahead of Kale there in the 017 as
Well,
these
Zach,
front four break away.
let's not forget that last week, Randy, it seems like he's really good at saving his tires. And I think maybe he's just letting Daniel go for now. Just kind of hanging out behind him, see where he's running, where he maybe gain some time, just taking it easy. 'Cause he made the mistake last week where he saved just a little bit too much and didn't have enough time to catch the leaders with his better speed. So maybe some slight adjustments to that strategy going in this race.
That is for sure. Look at him there. The back bumper came with Daniel Gonzalez at 99 in this race here. The front four, like I said, kind of got about a one. They got about a second gap back to fifth there. And you got Josh Holmes, Scott Taylor. We do have a third caution of the evening. I believe that's on the 16 or pole set of Matt Upbrook. And that right there.
Unfortunately, that's what happens sometimes when you get back in traffic.
That is, and we'll go back here and check it out on replay as you see him getting spun around. But here he is in 1 and 2. There's the 35 coming down. I think he checks up, lifts a little bit, and then yeah, it looks like on our replay he blinked out there, but it definitely was some contact between him and Steve Potter of the 094 as he checked up, and like you said, Kyle, that's what happens sometimes when you get back there, but didn't hit anything. That's the big thing. It's just probably hurt a set of tires. Now the question is, do they pit? This is what me and you talked about before this race. You go about 30 laps. It's going to be about a 30-lap run to the end. Here comes Daniel Gonzalez, and every single car behind him says, never mind.
I think the logic here, all the guys pitting, they are not going to have to take fuel. So if I'm these guys pitting here, I'm not going to take tires. Just in case with only that one set, you get another yellow later on. Because you can make it on fuel, but
True.
you don't know how the rest of the race is going to play out where you might need those tires. You might get a late restart, even 10 to go. At this point, it's just a matter of when do you wait to take that last set.
Very, very true, man. That's a very decent strategy. I see a few guys taking tires, but I think Bob Fitzpatrick is the one I noticed. The 3, I know he's taking tires too. So, yeah, a few of these guys have decided, this is the time to come get the fuel they can because they know you can go to the end. But like you said, if they get a few more cautions, it'll be kind of, it'll be counterproductive, I guess you could say. You'll get the track position back, but you'll have, not as good tires. So.
That's exactly right. You've got 5 cars or so that are going to be on newer tires, but with the amount of caution laps they've had, they haven't really had to push the tires that much so far. So the advantage for taking the new tires is only going to be, maybe a couple tenths per lap. And I don't feel like it's that smart of a move to use your only set this early in the race.
Yeah, it's pretty early to definitely use that set. You don't. That's always the thing about tire limits is putting yourself in a position not to use up those set of tires. And now those guys have used their set. We'll have to see. They kind of made their bed. They're going to lay in it, as they say. But we are back under caution again. Remember, that is our Nissan Central caution here tonight. It's the 3rd caution of the night here at Texas Motor Speedway for our 50-lap event here. And it's looking pretty interesting. We got a lot of movers and shakers and up and down the grid. So I have to see how this shakes out. As we've got a few cautions to interrupt that. And tell you what, I can't wait to see how it does happen. As if, like you said, if we get another caution, these guys out front, with the amount of cautions we've had, how long can they go on fuel? They could probably go to 35. Oh man, some car just took a dead left turn on the back straight. The 009 of Josh Holmes. Some type of issue for the 009 here on the back straightaway. car took a dead left turn and he slammed on brakes right before hitting the inside wall. Now he's backing up. So, big moment for the 009 of Josh Holmes. And we got Randy Cornwell first, as Daniel Gonzalez did pit from the lead, with Justin Malarkey second, Cale Simon in third, fourth is Caleb Kilo, and fifth is Josh. Oh no, not Josh Holmes. That's right, because Josh Holmes had that issue. I don't know if he'll be able to get his position back as he's trying to get back through. And the 009, he's coming through the field. Got to be careful coming through here. That'll be our top 5 here. And there he is. Yes, he does get slot back in position into the 5th spot. As we've got 21 laps here completed tonight. We're nearing that halfway point once we get back green. And it's going to get very, very interesting. If I tell you what, if it stays green, though, the guys who pitted, they're in the they're definitely looking perfect strategy-wise. And looks like our pace car is going to take the hard left turn off. Randy Cornwell going to lead us back to green in the 18 machine. Green flag, there it is. Randy Cornwell takes off. Getting a good jump there on the 073 with the 017 behind him of Kel, who's fastest in practice. See what Kel can do as a free agent here, maybe. Have to figure that all out here as Randy Cornwell leads for 1-2. Now Justin Malarkey under attack from the 10 of Caleb Kilo.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Oh, and there's a wreck between Scott Taylor and Josh Holmes. Oh no, big wreck in the 009 and the 24. Going back on our Nissan Central caution replay here for our 4th caution of the night. As you see him coming out too, there's a 24 in that Kellogg's Chevrolet. Gets to the inside the 009. The 009 comes to close that door, but he is already inside. And you're going to see that incident happen. Man, oh man, look right here on board with Scott Taylor. Big hit. Going to hurt both those cars and send Scott Taylor on his roof. That shot fast flipped over onto all 4 tires. Man, another caution here tonight at the Texas Motor Speedway. So we'll see now what the pit strategy is. Randy Cornwell will stay out. And then pretty much Caleb, Justin Malarkey. Looks like Stephen Baldwin and will stay out. Richard Fletcher coming down. Rusty Monsey staying out. Matthew Dude coming in. There's lots of different strategies being played, but the guys who just pitted before are definitely looking good.
Okay, check. Okay, sorry about that. Apparently my my mic cord got snagged on something and just pulled it out enough that my mic wasn't working anymore. I've been sitting here talking the whole time and I'm like, why does Zach keep talking over me?
I figured it was kind of quiet. I was like, Here you can see here on replay. Here's our coming down pit road. But yeah, the 24 there for being a flip car. Not looking too bad here. Actually, well, now get a closer look. It's definitely some good damage. But I tell you what, for someone who went on his roof and hit as hard as he did, he's lucky the wheels and the hood ain't popped up.
Well, going back to that pass with Caleb in the 09 earlier in the race, he made the same move to Caleb where he took away like that middle line to kind of pinch him off going into 3. And it looked like it just, I wouldn't have suggested it. It was a really aggressive move to pinch somebody down, but it kind of bit him this time.
Yeah, that's the thing, they say when cars inside, a car's inside. let's say the 24 got to his inside and the 24 was ready to take it, but the 009 Josh Holmes he was not ready to get that position up. But it's just hard racing here, and like we always say, cautions breed cautions. So it's definitely an interesting thing. Is if you want, we can get a talking here with Kali if you want somebody. Want to talk to somebody?
Let me go through here, see who's having a decent run.
Yeah, you let me know, and I'll pull one down here for us. See what their thoughts are here early in this race.
What about the 069 of Rusty Modesty?
All right, let's look for Mr. Rusty here. As where are you, Mr. Rusty? I do.
I
Oh
think
nope, there's Rusty. I see him. I found him. We'll pull one down there. All right, here's Rusty Modesty.
Hey, Rusty, it's Brandon up in the booth. You got a copy, bud?
Yeah, buddy. How are you?
I can't complain. Enjoying watching y'all out here putting on a show in the Arca cars, and you're up 18 spots, finding yourself in third position now. How have you made up that many positions? What are you doing
Well,
to come from back like this?
avoiding all the spins and haven't used our tires yet. So we'll have a little bit of an extended pit stop here later on, hoping for another caution.
That was going to be my next question. How are you feeling about your fuel and when you're going to use your tires? Don't need to give anything away, but have you got a plan?
Honestly,
Feeling pretty
fuel
confident?
has been better than anticipated. Likewise, I've been pretty good on tires. Pace has been good. So no complaints. Just taking it easy and smooth and carrying it to the end.
All right, bud. Looks like you guys are going one to go, so we'll let you go back down to your room and enjoy the rest of the race, and hopefully you come out of here top 3, and we can talk to you at the end.
Yeah, appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, that was Rusty Modesty there in the third position at the moment in the 069. Looking pretty strong here early on. They're right behind the 59 Steve Ball in that West Virginia race car. So yeah, that was a good talk. Yeah, like you said, they probably are getting some pretty good fuel mileage here with the amount of cautions we've had so far.
That's something I've been thinking about. If they keep getting short little runs, I think they might actually be able to make it to the end if they're taking it easy under the cautions and coasting, rolling around in fourth gear.
Yeah,
So it might work out where some of these guys don't have to pit at all.
that'll definitely be interesting. The first car I believe that has pitted so far is up to 7th. That's Bob Fitzpatrick, our Cup Series points leader. So got for that orange 3 there at the bottom of that fourth car on the bottom lane. So ready to go back green flag racing as the pace car pulls off. And Randy Cornwell there takes off and takes the green flag here with 23 laps to go at Texas Motor Speedway. Can he hold off this field, and when does he have to pit? That is the definite things we're talking about at the moment. We're looking at Rusty Modesty in the 069.
Yeah, looking at that restart, it amazes me how spread out they're getting as we get another caution.
Oh man. Looks like James Courtrone in the 38. Oh man, just a big moment for the 38 there. Where he started third, had an incident early in this race on lap 2, and look there on our replay, our Nissan Central replay. Man, just got loose, overcorrected, and then the 17, I believe, of Kevin Zabladil got into that also, knocked the front end of the 17 off.
Unfortunate timing for Kevin in the 17. Really nowhere to go with the car bouncing off the wall like that, and I guess a bad night just gets worse for James in the 38. Had that spin earlier, didn't quite get any damage from it. Was still running decently after starting up towards the front, and car just snapped loose again, and that's a really easy corner to do it. The car gets really free for the transition out of 2 with how flat the new configuration is here with Texas.
And look, Randy Cornwell still deciding not to pit here. I think that's actually the I can't say it's not a not that is a pretty smart position to be in. I mean, there's no reason to pit now personally. Right now for them guys, I mean, wait till the very last minute if you can, make it on fuel. So especially if you keep catching cautions like this.
And looking at Randy's restarts, just being the leader, it's such an advantage. He's able to pull out a huge gap, even if he has older tires. It's looking like now that by the time anybody's really able to catch him, there's another caution. So there's no reason to pit. He's got the caution laps, coast around. Doesn't look like he's actually coasting or clutching or anything right now, but he definitely, I think, could make it to the end if he's aggressively saving fuel under these caution laps.
It's very true. Yeah, it looks like he really is saving a good bit of fuel. You see him drop back from the pace car a little bit, and then get that little bit of juice in there, and shut her down and roll around for a bit. Yeah, that's it. If they make it to the end of this race without a pit stop, I'll be pretty mind blown personally. I mean, with the amount of cautions we've had, I mean that is I believe our 5th caution of the night. I mean, that's a lot of laps under pace speed. It's I'd say really for every 2 pace laps, that's 1 race lap. So, especially even if you're saving it, it's even better. So, they very well might be able to make it to the end of this thing without even having to pit if we catch maybe another caution or 2.
That's exactly what I'm thinking, Zach. I'm thinking they probably are still short right now, but if we see another, I'd say 2 cautions is where I'd feel safe in thinking that they can make it to the end.
That would be some type of turn of events here in the Arca Evolution Series here in Texas. Be pretty wild to see some guys doing it on no-stop strategy. Who would have thought that at the beginning of this race? So, I'm sure not many of these guys out here would. As it looks like I believe that's the 009 of Josh Holmes. Yes, they're getting the lucky dog, so he'll get back on the lead lap into that 22nd position.
Hearing some radio chatter, and Randy's asking, he's wondering where the first car on new tires is.
I believe that'd be Bob Fitzpatrick. They're in a 6th position there in number 3. He's he was 7th on last restart, 6th this time. My thing is the tires, I don't think there's gonna be that big of a difference. I mean, yeah, they went a few laps. We had like at most, let's see actually. Go back to look there. I think at most we had like 7 laps under green. Or no, 6 laps under green. So yeah, that's not a lot of time for the tires to wear. But it'll be a difference.
Yeah, it'll absolutely be a difference. I'm gonna go ahead and guesstimate here. It's probably gonna be a difference of about 7/10 a lap. They haven't put many at speed laps on the tires, and then the ones that they have, it's been heat cycled with these cautions, so the tires really aren't that hot, so they're gonna have a lot of grip. I know Bob and a lot of these other guys that have taken their set, they're just like, come on guys, a long green flag run here, we've got the speed, we just need to have the time to get there.
That they do. They need the time. If the cautions keep coming, I don't know where they'll find that time, but I'm sure they'll always, if there's a way, there's a will. So we'll have to see how they pull that off. Because of course, here's the pace car. Lights are off again. We come into 18 to go, and we take this green flag. It's getting down to the nitty-gritty crunch time. We'll be able to see who can take that Sheffield Graphics race win here tonight.
Well, Zach, I'm going to be watching Bob on this restart because it looks like the past couple times the outside has not gotten going that well, and he made some good ground on the inside, so I'll see how he does on this restart.
That he will. There goes Randy Cornwell in the 18. Like you said, the outside line just didn't go again, but I think he'll be able to move down to the bottom of the 069. As you see, the 3 car, the first car on the freshest tires. Just the inside the 069 Rusty.
Yeah, outside having problems again, but he did a really good job of getting just a little bit better restart than the guys ahead of him, and was able to sneak underneath and make that pass through 1 and 2 here. Now looking to chase down the leaders that he's made up another position with those fresh tires.
Oh, Carl, sideways. Oh, there it is. Caution. The 055, Matthew, dude. That tell you what, this track right here is been tough for these guys tonight here in the Arca Evolution Series. There it is on replay with our Ora Nissan Central caution here, and just lost it off the bottom and slid up the racetrack.
Well, one thing I noticed, you know, running some laps here today to just get an idea of what these guys are going to be dealing with, Zach. 3 and 4, you know, we talked about it's really wide open, but it's easy to oversteer the entry. The car really rotates itself on the entry, so you kind of have to slack off on your steering input, and then, you know, catch it once the car gets the grip and it starts to plow a little bit. Just catch the nose, and it looks like he just oversteered it. He just allowed himself to oversteer it going in and got a little bit loose. I don't think he really hit the wall that hard. Car looks pretty clean, but really lucky that didn't turn out a lot worse for him.
Definitely right about that, Brandon. And you know, that's a good point there. How it's a little oversteer on entry there. That's kind of just the setup, you know, with the track how it is. You got a flatter 1 and 2, and you're also coming off of 4 way faster than you're coming off of 2. So when you go down into 1, you're going super fast here at the Texas Motor Speedway, and you know you can't. It's you got to slow down a lot. So in that flat banking, the car doesn't want to turn, so the cars have to be set up to turn there. And then when you get to that higher banking in 3 and 4, the car really wants to rotate it because it's got to be able to turn down here in 1 and 2 at that higher entry speed. So you're definitely going to usually see a little bit of a oversteer condition there in that 3 and 4 corner.
An excellent explanation for a guy who knows setups versus a guy who just knows what the car feels like when it drives.
Yeah, this track, you know, working on this track a lot here for Road to Pro, this past season, and it's a big compromise. You know, you can make your truck, well, I'll say your car since we're in a car tonight. You can make your car real good down here in 1 and 2, but down at 3 and 4, you get usually a really severe condition of oversteer, and you just got to kind of fight the car through there. But then you can have it set up to where you're kind of little tight down there in 1 and 2. And you give a little time to be pretty stable down here in 3 and 4. But 3 and 4 is almost pretty similar to a straightaway in my opinion. This track has pretty much got one corner, with 3 and 4 being pretty much wide open, especially in the open setup side of stuff. The whole entire run, you're running with that throttle on the floorboard, and you're just kind of wheeling it through there and try not to have too many big mistakes, because if you lose speed out of there, it's a momentum killer. And this track's all about momentum. But 1 and 2 is definitely one of the toughest corners I've had to set a car up for all season throughout you know, my time this season with the tracks that they went to for Road to Pro. It's got a very, because you got to think about this. You know, your car doesn't load up as much because you're going down here into this turn 1. You want to have that car sealed off. It's all about sealing that nose off of these cars and getting as much front downforce made to make it want to rotate and turn. So if you seal off the car down here in 1 and 2, because you're going, you know, into a flatter corner, the load and the speed you carry through the center corner way lower than you do in 3 and 4. If you seal off the car here in 3 and 4, or in 1 and 2, going down to 3 and 4, you're going to be dragging the front valence of these Arca cars through the corner. And I can tell you what, it's never fun to have the car on the nose on the front splitter. It's pretty much like having no front tires. The thing does not turn, and it's a very scary feeling when it hits hard and you lose your steering feeling. And looks like oh, we got Soda. You said Soda Can Johnson. I think our producer said Soda Can Johnson's on YouTube. Yeah, he's got some time off at home right now. Robert saying, Brian, we need you in the booth. As we're looking at Michael Martino the third there in the 75 Jetspin Racing. He's up to 5th.
Sure. I'll go smell like gas and burnt up tires.
You know, this. Wow, I just heard him talking about the creation of iRacing some reason up there in this. The announcers at the track are talking about something completely different than we are. That's all I know. So here we go as the lights on the pace car go off. We got 13 to go, coming to 12 to go with Randy Cornwell leading this thing. Thing is, now can they make it to the end? But I tell you what, Fitzpatrick is right there in the 3rd position.
Well, I think it was a great strategy. Unfortunately, I feel like Bob, he's been able to pick up at least one position every restart. We've got 12 laps to go, and I don't think that Randy's really going to have enough, even saving. He can make it to the end most likely, but I don't think he's going to have the speed with his tires to really hold off Bob. Maybe if he can keep Bob in second and just keep getting restarts and able to get that gap on the restarts with the leader's advantage, maybe. But if it goes green, assuredly not.
Very, very true. It's funny. I'm looking out there in the chat now as we're about to go green. Brian Johnson literally was typing what I was saying, so he was reading my mind. As the pace car pulls off here, we're going to go back to green flag racing here with 12 to go. Randy Cornwell leading this thing. Bottom lane does not get a good restart there with Stephen Carey on the bottom. Looks like Steve Potter is going to get the good restart on the outside. He's going to be side by side for that second position with Bob Fitzpatrick there in the 3 car. Now that 094 slides back, that bottom lane just so much better down the 1 and 2.
Well, looking at the last pit time, Steven in the 083, he was in for 46 seconds. Imagine fixing damage, but he may have taken a set of tires because he is looking really quick.
Whoa. Look behind here. Look at the 3 wide down the front straightaway. The 073 with Justin Malarkey sticking it to the inside. Now Daniel Gonzalez going to the outside. They're spinning around. Oh, man, we're going to have another caution here. Or Nissan Central caution here tonight. I believe. Oh, no. Matt Upbrook is just tumbling and wheels are breaking. And, pole setter has not had a good night.
Wall, he got absolutely destroyed. Holy
moly. I believe that all started there around the the 057 is Zach Samlin. Look here. You don't see Matt Obrook coming to the picture here as the wreck happens in front of him with Zach Samlin in the 057. He gets shot into the inside wall. It breaks that right front tire. Wow. Oh, that was a dead stop, man. Look at the pieces of the car flying. Wow. Now he's flipping and tumbling. Oh, what a hit. Looks like Scott Taylor took huge damage from that wreck also. There was a lot of carnage there on that an incident. Wow.
I tell you, he barrel rolled 6 times, not including the pirouettes that he was doing after he made contact with that tire barrier. Wow, that was one of the most violent wrecks I've ever seen. I would not want to be in the car from that. He's probably got motion sickness at this point.
Wow. That is a heavy impact there. Wow. We sometimes Irish you get stuck in the wall, and that's kind of what you see. You hit the wall at a certain angle and you just get stuck. And you go from, as Brian Johnson said on the YouTube chat, you go from 0 to 100 real quick.
And on it,
or 100 to 0 real quick.
Looking at the wall, the way it's built there, Zach, they've got almost, I don't even know if it's a safer barrier on the inside, but then it just meets with a tire barrier, and that tire barrier just sticks out a little bit further than the wall does. And when he hit that, it just, car physics went nuts.
There was pieces of number 16 all over the racetrack there flying through the air. I have never seen that many pieces of a car like break apart. That was interesting. This damage model here on these Arca cars is very, very intriguing. I must say. No, I'm not used to it from what I normally see. And here we look on Bob Fitzpatrick there in the 3 machine. He's got the best tires of these gentlemen up front. We'll have to see what he can do to position himself here for a victory here tonight. Maybe at the Texas Motor Speedway. Still have not pitted in the 18. I think he can make it now, though. I'm almost certainly positive he can make it on this no stop strategy with the amount of cautions we've had.
Yeah, I would say absolutely that he's safe to go to the end now. But looking back at the replay for Stephen Carey's lap 9 pit stop, he did not take tires. So the amount of speed that he has is really impressing me. That he was able to virtually pull away from Bob on that restart. So he's still got a lot of speed in that car.
Yeah, with all these cautions right here, the tire temps are going to be pretty similar. So, you know, it's like V7 tires, the tread wear is pretty big. It does matter, but I'm gonna tell you, biggest thing you can focus on is tire temperature. It's just a killer if you keep building temperature up. That's when you really start to struggle with these tires, and that's something you're not going to do under these caution laps is build temperature. So you're definitely going to be nice and cool in them tires. But let's see if Randy starts on the top or the bottom again. I think restarting on that top would be the best thing he's done. He keeps doing it mostly all night. I've noticed that is restart up top because it's just going to put him in a situation to where he gets that jump and the outside line car out there gets to jump with him. Is we'll see here the pace car lights go off. At the moment, he's sitting on the bottom, so looks like he's electing to take the bottom.
Yep, and he just came over the radio and said he's going to take the bottom. I'm with you, Zach. I don't think that's the good strategy here. You know, you've got the advantage to, you know, go when you want to go. If he starts on the top, he can keep Steven
car in between them.
Yeah, he keeps Steven on the bottom in front of Bob. And, you know, Steven's not going to get that great of a jump. Bob's going to have to check up a little bit. This is allowing Bob to just time it exactly right to shoot underneath Stephen Carey in the 83 and follow Randy. And going back to the tire temps, you're not really going to see those fresh tires, you know, really shine until they get about 3 laps into the run.
Exactly.
Where, you know, he can get them up to temp, and that grip is really going to let him carry the more, you know, the speed to get by these other guys that haven't taken any tires yet.
Yeah, definitely an interesting call starting on the bottom here for Randy Cornwell. See if he can pull it off for Clutch Motorsports here tonight at the Texas Motor Speedway. Will be coming to 6 to go when we take the green flag. Man, oh man, I'm definitely wondering how this is all going to play out as the pace car agency takes the left turn. Oh, the 003 tries to time it, and look at that. It catches out everybody as now the 18 takes off. Look at the lead he has. But I tell you what, he's let the 3 now get into the second position. We'll see what the 3 can do with the newer tires.
And with that maneuver right there, had he started on the outside, that would have helped him even more with Bob getting stuck behind Steven having to check up as much as he did not to jump the start. But we'll see here in the next couple laps. It should be pretty easy work for Bob Fitzpatrick in the 3 to get by Randy Cornwell on the 18.
Yeah, well, this is go time now too also. So you see Daniel Gonzalez breaking up back into the top 4, or the top 5 there. As he was the leader when he pitted from the lead. So he's definitely got fresher tires. He's got the 083 and the 073 Justin Markey battling in front of him. But can Fitzpatrick run down Cornwell? I tell you what, like I said, I don't think the tires are going to be too big of an issue. I think, like you said, once they get up the temp, you'll start to see a difference. But this track it's really not that huge. I mean, 3 and 4 is literally a straightaway. You know, 1 and 2 is going to be where you're going to see the difference here.
And even still, that last time by, looked like Randy Cornwell put down the fastest lap of the race and was a tenth quicker than Bob. So this may have worked out perfectly for Randy Cornwell. he played this exquisitely. You couldn't have done a better job.
Yeah, we'll see here as they go down to the 3 and 4. I'm gonna be taking the white or the 3 to go. I'm jumping ahead of myself. I'm going too fast for these guys. Even look at Justin Malarkey. He's starting to gain on Bob. Bob kind of overdrove the center of 1 and 2 there. So did Malarkey though on the exit. They both had to check up. Randy Cornwell is driving off into the distance.
Yeah, and last time by he was 3/10, excuse me, quicker than Bob Fitzpatrick. He has done a great job of saving those tires. I did not think that he would really have anything for him with as many laps as they've turned and not changing the set. Man, it's looking like that was the right call. You know, the fresh tires got Daniel and Bob back up to 3rd and 2nd, but I guess they just don't have nothing for Randy. I'm interested to hear his interview.
Yeah, Daniel Gonzalez, not like you said, broke up back into the top 3. He's trying to clear Justin Malarkey. There's Malarkey's going to try to get to the inside, but not going to have enough as Daniel Gonzalez back to 3rd in that Flyboys Racing 99. See what he can do. So, and there, look at the 083 into the back of the 073 of Justin Malarkey. That's going to bring out. Actually, it's not, because that's the caution. Yeah, I mean, the white flag here is sponsored by Sheffield Graphics. One final time through 3 and 4. And Randy Cornwell is going to win it on a no-stop strategy. What a call from him. I tell you what, he pulled it off. He pulled away there with the older tires and made that look pretty darn easy.
Yeah. Looking at the times, that last lap, Bob finally evened out, and it just wasn't enough time. You know, if he'd have had another 10 laps, I think it might have worked out for him. But great job by Randy to make this a no-stop race and pull out the victory.
What a finish there for him. Great race overall from everyone there as we were able to take it green to the finish. See this number 18 pull off the victory here tonight in the Evolution Racing Leagues for the Arca Evolution Series. Congrats to Randy Cornwell. And I think we will head to a little break here for a moment while we get our top 3 finishers up here, and we'll get a chat with them guys. All right, we're back here, and we're about to have our post-race interviews with our podium finishers here tonight at the Arca Evolution Series here at Texas Motor Speedway. And the first gentleman we will get a talking with is Mr. Daniel Gonzalez. See how his race went at number 99. Hey, Daniel, Zach up in the booth, man. You got a copy?
Yeah, I do, man. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing good, buddy. Well, you were in the lead there at one point in this race. You pitted from the lead there in front of Randy, and came down pit road to get your tires and fuel. Man, just didn't have the green flag laps to get back there to be able to compete for the victory. But, man, what a great job driving back up to 3rd. How was your race, buddy?
It was really good. I wish I had more green flag laps there. I knew I had plenty of speed. I just didn't have the laps to get up front, sadly.
Yeah, definitely did not have the green flag laps there. Unfortunately, like you said, you showed speed for sure all night as you were able to take the lead there from the 18 earlier in this race. And was the plan really to pit there, get and right as soon as y'all could make it on fuel to be able to run it, hopefully green the rest of the way while the rest of the guys would have had to be.
Yeah, the thing right there. I knew I could make it around 20 if I pitted. That was what I was kind of banking on. I knew I was faster than them, or that's what I was banking on. So I was hoping that they would run out or wear down their tires, one of the two. So I was hoping, but no, we didn't get the green flags lap, and that I was hoping. So.
Yeah, unfortunate there for you, man, but you're able to bring it back in third, so congrats on that. Before we let you go, anybody want to send a shout to?
I just want to take a shout out to my teammates. They were helping me out in that race, so Fly Boys and all them. So I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
All right, awesome, Daniel. Congrats on third, buddy, and we'll catch you in the Cup Series race.
Thanks, man.
All right, that was Daniel Gonzalez, your third place finisher here tonight at Texas Motor Speedway for Fly Boys Racing. And now we'll move on to your Cup Series points leader, Bob Fitzpatrick Jr. here for Clutch Motorsports for his second place finish in that 3 machine. Hey, Bob, it's Zach in the booth, man. You got a copy?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Hey, Bob. Well, you played the pretty similar strategy there to Daniel there behind you, where you pitted a little bit early in this race under caution when y'all could make it from fuel to the end. Got you 4 fresh tires and just didn't have the green flag laps, it seems, to get all the way up there for the tires to really have an effect. But how was the race overall for you, man?
Yeah, I kind of screwed myself. Got here a little late. I didn't even turn a qualifying lap or a practice lap. And so my first laps were out here on green flag. So I just think I didn't have it for Randy today. If anymore, Daniel would have passed me too, probably. But the strategy 100% paid off today. That's it. It went right when we could make it, and then it was just moving up slowly the whole race.
Yeah, and definitely like you said there, so you didn't get no practice or qualifying lap in here tonight. And this is definitely an awkward racetrack. 3 and 4, 1 and 2 can be completely different.
Right.
Not having the green flag laps there, you felt like maybe if you could have got a longer green run, you could have gotten that groove a little bit more. As it just seemed like the new tires really didn't have an effect at all with all the cautions we have.
Yeah, well, he's my teammate. He finished with 91 on his front. So I mean, he never even burned them, But yeah, I couldn't really get in a groove. We had like a 6 or 7 lap run there, and I was saying like, now I'm feeling the tires are feeling good, but that was it. He couldn't really do anything with them.
Definitely, man. Yeah, unfortunate with the cautions there, not being able to use those new tires, I'm sure, like the way you wanted to, and have a longer run there, as the other guys would have had to pit with cautions. Definitely helped Randy there, but good job on him being able to run those great laps there at the end, even after staying out the whole race. So, yeah, man, congrats to you on the second place finish here tonight. Anybody wants to shout to before we let you go?
Yeah, shout out to Clutch Motorsports and my wife and kids, and hopefully I talk to you guys here after the next race too.
Yeah, definitely, man. Point series leader there going to the Cup Series. Good luck at Chicagoland, and we'll be bringing action there too, buddy. So congrats on second here, and hopefully we'll talk to you there too.
All right, thanks, man.
All right, that was Bob Fitzpatrick Jr. there in the second place there machine, the number 3, Clutch Motorsports. But teammate Randy Cornwell was able to bring home the victory here tonight with a no-stop strategy. And that number 18, we'll see what his thoughts are on this amazing victory.
Why did that change?
Hey, Randy, it's Zach in the booth, man. You got a copy?
Yeah, man, I got you.
Well, what a strategy you pulled off here tonight. I can tell you what, if you'd asked me and Kali up here in the booth, so would have done a no-stop strategy and able to make it all the way to the end, we'd have called him crazy. But, man, what did it, I'm sure you didn't plan that as you came into the race, but when did you really decide that was going to be the way to go?
Once I saw how quickly the cautions were cut, so I'm just a save naturally type guy. Less time on pit road, go longer, try to do something they're not when you don't have the speed. So when Daniel passed me back earlier in the race, I was like, okay, I don't have the speed, so what am I going to do? And then I faked him out and stayed out, and then it was caution, 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 and the number was just getting closer and closer and closer. I had 0.9 gallons left at the end there. I still did a burnout after this.
That is amazing. 0.9 gallons here. You hear it first, folks. Man, that's what you call saving. That's for sure. Making it 50 laps when it was looking like about 30 under green. So.
As soon as caution would come out, I was clutching it and turning the car off. I don't know if you saw how long it was taking me to catch the pace car, but yeah.
Well, you
And
did a
coming out of
great
4,
job.
I turned it off. I killed it coming out of 4, turned it off, clutched it, coasted across the line just to make sure that.
That is awesome to hear, man. Well, it sounds like you made some fuel in there too, maybe.
Hey. I'd rather be lucky than good. If that very last caution doesn't happen, I probably run out coming out of 4. But once we got to 10 to go, I mean, the bet was made. You can't.
Definitely
There's 20
was.
cars on the lead lap. I have
Yeah,
nothing to lose, but go for it.
Yeah, for sure. Man, that was awesome to watch. You know, the thing is, there you restarted at the end there with your teammate Bob there in third.
Mhm.
He had a little bit newer tires, but from what we heard from Bob, your tires were in pristine pre-condition there at the end too. So you were able to save those pretty well, as you said. Were you a little bit worried there with having him on new tires at the end? But I'll tell you what,
I was.
you made it look easy.
Well, the restart before that, I don't know if you noticed. I think it was the one. Maybe it was 2 before that. I stuck him behind the other car, the 83. And we were talking in the team chat. And he was like, "Come on, man." I'm like, "Man, you got new tires. I got to give myself a chance here." So I stuck him behind the 83 and got a really good restart in the course of caution. And then the final restart, I don't know if you guys saw the 83. He popped out there like he was in control. So I waited till his nose dived. You know, he hits the brake and I'm gone. And I didn't count down for Bob. He just had the key off me, so that's why I got to jump on all of them. I really thought that if it went green on the 3 laps, that one of them would have caught me, either Daniel or Bob. But sometimes
Hey, that's right, man. You returned the quickest laps of the race right there at the end too. So
a lighter probably helps.
hey, that's true. You never know. I mean, 3 and 4 is pretty much a straightaway. So
That's right.
That's definite. But man, congrats on the victory here tonight, Randy. Man, that was
Appreciate
super
it.
impressive to watch. Anybody wants to finish out to you before we let you go and get ready for the Cup Series race?
Yeah, shout out to Big Bubba's Chicken. They helped me out a lot on here. Shout out to Ryan and the guys for putting the series on. Let me be a part of it. And thanks to you guys for putting on a broadcast. Hopefully we put on a pretty decent show. I know the Yellow Caution Fest is not really ideal, but hopefully there was some passing early and some strategies. And hopefully you guys had no idea who was going to win until it happened.
Hey, that's for sure, man. We definitely had no idea there for a while. So congrats, man. And hopefully we'll be talking to you again on the podium there at the Cup Series race.
I sure could use it, man. I'm not very good at Dover and Darlington, so I know that this is my shot to move up in the standings.
Awesome stuff, Randy. Well, we'll catch you later, man, and congrats again.
Hey, man, I appreciate it.
All right, that was Randy Cornwell, your winner here tonight in the Arca Evolution Series. Man, what a strategy he pulled off with the no-stop strategy with the cautions. Was able to save the fuel. Had 0.9 of a gallon left. Wow. That's all I'm going to say about that as we go to our race results here. As we just heard from him, Randy Cornwell bringing home the victory for Clutch Motorsports, followed by teammate Bob Fitzpatrick Jr. Third goes to Daniel Gonzalez. Fourth goes to Byron McDonald. Fifth goes to Stephen Carey. Sixth there's Stephen Potter. Last week's winner, Caleb Kilo is seventh. Eighth is Kevin Dowd. Ninth will go to Richard Fletcher. Rounding out your top 10 was Rusty Bonsi. We got to talk to him earlier in this race. 11th goes to Kel Simon. 12th is Kevin Zablodil. 13th is Stephen Baldwin Jr. 14th goes to Stephen Rasick. 15th is Zach Sandlin. 16th, Michael Martino III. 17th goes to Matthew Dude. 18th is Josh Holmes. And we'll move on down. And 19th is James Wright. 20th goes to Justin Malarkey there. Unfortunately, that incident there at the very end. 21st is our pole setter, Matt Upbrook. 22nd goes to Scott Taylor. 23rd is James Courtrone. 24th, Michael Sheffield. And 25th, rounding out your field, is Ryan Ezel. That is our race results here tonight at Texas Motor Speedway for the Arca Evolution Series. And what a race we had, guys. I'll tell you what, that was a fun one to watch. You know, we had a lot of cautions. It definitely was some stuff playing out that we did not foresee coming. I can tell you that much. And you guys, everybody making sure that you're watching right now, get ready because we have the Cup Series coming up here at 9:20, I believe. Right, Robert? I'm correct. Sorry, my time. Yep, at 9:20 Eastern, we will be going back live with the Cup Series for round 1, race number 2 of their playoffs, which will be very, very crucial after they came off Talladega last week at Chicagoland Speedway for these guys' playoffs in the Cup Series for RSR. So we're excited to bring y'all that action here soon, but I guess we'll be getting ready for that. And man, what a night we had here at Texas. Congrats to Randy Cornwell again.
Oh, I wasn't sure if Brandon was kicking in there. Yes. So, yeah, we'll be back live here at 9:20 here at Freaky Fast Broadcasting. So, hop on, get your drinks, get your coffee, get your beer, get whatever you want to get, and sit down and enjoy some RSR Cup action here at 9:20. So, here at Freaky Fast. But, all right, guys, well, we're going to sign off here from Texas. We got to pack things up and run all the way up to Chicago. I hope you got your plane ready to go there, Zach.
Got it all fueled up.
They're all fueled up. We're going to hop on and we'll meet everybody up at Chicago. But until then, God bless everybody. Love yous all. Peace out.
Bye, guys.
Bye.